Goddamn mic settings. Hello everyone, we're on air. Hello, I'm ClockworkCartoon, part-time streamer, full-time cartoon villain, and we're back with Endless Alice, cause honestly at this point this is just my go-to game to relax and basically ramble on about my week or whatever topics I have in mind. However, there is gonna be one thing we're doing today, or specific thing. So, a few streams ago, I had beaten Insane Mode on Alice. I want to say Koraku. I can barely pronounce most English names. This is just. I beat Insane Mode on this character, and this character, and unlocked their specialized skins. Now, however, there's still 3 characters I haven't beaten on Insane Mode. Which we have Leia, or Lee. You know what, I'm not even gonna bother. And Sheeb, whatever. Now, Leah? Oh, yeah, I think it is Leah. Leah here I have played a few times, fairly easy character. However, I've played... I'm gonna say talk for now. Yeah. I played this character a few times, but was never able to get very far on her. And if I'm being honest, I always found this character boring, so I just never played her to begin with. So we're starting with the one I am comfortable with, just to get her out of the way. So for those who need a refresher on how this character works, basically you get drones that help you deal damage. That's her main gimmick. She also uses a bow, and calls in airstrikes. Let's see here. But anyways, how my week has been. Hey! I don't know. I always say my week's been uneventful, but I don't know if that's because it's actually been uneventful, or if that's because I simply don't pay attention to what's going on in my week. I mean, midterms, I guess, would be the most eventful thing to be going on. Yeah, when you've got project-heavy classes like I do, it's basically always midterms or always finals. Like, there'll probably be either one introductory... Oh wait, actually, hold on. Okay, definitely want to upgrade the drones, just to get more passive damage. Where was I? Right. There will always be... Okay, typically when you have a project-heavy class, or project-heavy classes, you'll end up starting with one project, fairly small, fairly easy for the class, and then they just give you your midterm project. Oh, Nano Worm already! Damn! And then after you get your midterm project done, they give you your final project. For project class, I always like to say for project classes, it isn't finals week, it's finals month. I mean, I guess that'd be better depending on how you take it. Like, at least you don't only have a week to prepare for your finals. You have a whole month, but that comes at the cost of said final being a lot harder, requiring a lot more effort, and also typically a final... okay, here's the other thing with a project-heavy class. Whenever... how would I put it? Oh, with a project-heavy class, you don't get a lot of wiggle room, because instead of getting, like, weekly assignments that you can do well on some, do poorly on others just fine, you instead have a lot fewer assignments that cost more, or that are heavier on your grade, and you really can't fuck up. I mean, I'd say project classes are more fun overall, But even that depends on like the particular class you're in. Like I got one buddy who's in architecture, so I wouldn't exactly call his final projects any more fun than mine, which are typically designing games. Cause yes, I decided to make the wonderful career choice of being a game design major. I'm certain that degree will get me far in life. Oh boy. Now then. Hell on, enemies are really starting to build up here. Where was I? What was I? When was I? You know, I'm starting to realize just how much I say that whenever I just lose my train of thought. Is it repetitive? Probably. But, who cares? Back on track. So yeah, I'm a game design major. Wonderful career choice for me, eh? I mean, I've always enjoyed the idea of making games, and have made games when I was younger. I think my first game I ever tried to create was a board game based on SpongeBob. However, my only game reference up until that point was... Oh, hold on. My only game reference up until that point was Candyland? So, I wouldn't exactly call it the best game. Oh no, wait, it's not over there. Oh, jump. Extra jump already. And ice armor, always good to see. I didn't even see that thing. After that, I've basically been working, or my main interest after creating my first couple board games was card games and TTRPGs. Because I was a big Yu-Gi-Oh fan back in the day, and I still am a big Yu-Gi-Oh fan. Which makes me question why I haven't just done Master Duel streams yet. Well, I know the reason why I haven't done Master Duel streams is because I just can't decide on what deck I want to use. That's always been my big thing when it comes to any kind of card game that has, or a proper official card game PC thing, is that I never know what deck I want to use because they all feel like such a big commitment, you know? I'm the kind of guy who likes to have a variety of decks to play around with, i.e. I just get bored of decks very quickly. So the idea of just committing to one deck, I don't know, it feels like that's just doomed to fail for me. I want to get... I think this is better for the early game. Oh, and I can upgrade it even more. Where was I? Right. I want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And I want to play Master Duel, but I just can't decide on what I want as my first ever deck. Of course, in hindsight, the answer does seem a bit obvious when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh! Specifically. Toons. Like, I kid you not, Toon World, and specific... Okay, this is pretty much a core memory for me. I remember back when I was first watching... Can I get a gravity anchor? No. No, wait, that was a gravity ankle! Ah, no, wait. Now I just need LFL shoes. Where was I? Right. I remember when I was just a young toon watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters, which I'm pretty sure was my first ever anime. But I was watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters, my favorite cartoon at the time, or favorite anime at the time. Oh no, I'm gonna get crucified by the anime community for calling them cartoons. Even though anime is basically just Japanese for animation, but distinct style and all that, yada yada yada. Back on track. So, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters was my first ever anime. And I specifically remember seeing the duel between Yugi and Pegasus. Or I specifically remember the duel between Yugi and Pegasus. I also remember the duel between Kaiba and Pegasus, but yeah, I don't know. Yugi versus Pegasus was just more impactful. Wait, did I pick up something? Anyways. And I remember absolutely loving the Toon cards and imagining that they were these amazing, ultra powerful cards. And I don't know, something about specifically the idea of these cards being toonified versions of the main character's cards, I thought was really cool. Ooh, airstrike ring, that can hopefully work. So of course, imagine my disappointment when, after many years, I had come to learn that the actual Toon cards weren't really that great. I still tried to make them work, and Toons were my first ever Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck. Now, I should also say, when it comes to my history of playing Yu-Gi-Oh!, I'm in a weird spot because I was basically stuck playing GOAT in the playground when it was a Synchro era. Because the cards I had were all my older brother's cards. And I didn't have any of the newer cards, or well, my brother didn't have any of the newer cards because he had stopped playing, so as far as I was concerned, Yu-Gi-Oh! Started and stopped at Duel Monsters. Eventually I would learn about 5Ds, that would become my favorite anime, but that's a discussion for later. Where was I? Right. So, back on track, I absolutely loved the Toon Monsters, and I also really liked Relinquish and Thousand Eyes Restrict. I also thought they were just a really cool gimmick. You know, I kind of just liked Pegasus's deck in general. I liked Pegasus as a character, like he was a fun, campy villain. I loved him. And let's see here. And so okay. And so basically that brings us to today, where I still like Toons, but I've been playing Toons for so long as my main deck that I also started experimenting with other decks, of course. And however, I do think Toons ended up flavoring what I consider to be my favorite decks. Cause, okay, so my first ever favorite deck was Toons, a series of beat stick powerful monsters that relied on a field spell. And then I also found myself really liking Malefics, a series of beat stick boss monsters that rely on a field spell. I also, when the 5Ds anime came out, sought the Earthbound Immortals, the original ones, not the Earthbound Servants from Arc 5. The original Earthbound Immortal cards were very fucking cool. And they are also big beat stick monsters that rely on a field spell. So I guess my favorite type of Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck is beat stick field spell. For better or worse. Wait, did I get so... No! Okay, there we go. Nope. So, I mean, out of all the options I would consider to be my first Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel deck, Toons are definitely the better option. I mean, compared to the other things I've played over the years, like, I don't know, I just gravitate towards really bad decks. Like, hold on, there's my... Okay, yeah, sorry, I was just checking something. Where was I? Right. I just gravitate towards really bad Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks. Passive damage is better than ability damage. Yeah, okay. Really bad Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks. Other decks I've played, so I've already talked about how Toons was my first and how my other favorites included the original Earthbound Immortals, so that's not really an archetype, if I'm being 100% honest. As well as Malefics, which is a bit more of an archetype. Anything I want to get rid of real quick? Nah. You know, I still haven't figured out this game's block mechanic. Oh, I'm just gonna... Yeah. Ah, wait, that's a green though, so I could only really spend it on a green. Any greens? And never mind. Others I've played have included Ghost Trick, a series of real weak lip monsters. And I'll be honest, the reason I like Ghost Trick is because they're Halloween themed and they're like a bunch of cute little cartoony cards. They reminded me of Toons, which was why I liked them. Then you also had the Wicked God cards, a series of cards that only ever appeared in the anime, but I absolutely loved. Wait, did I say... No, god damn it, I messed that up. The Wicked God cards are a series of 3 powerful tribute monsters that only appeared in the manga, and they were meant to be like the evil counterparts to the Egyptian god cards, which were very prevalent in the anime. And actually, I have a really weird reason for how I actually know about the Wicked God cards and why I like them so much, because it isn't actually from the manga. I have never read the Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga. But the reason why I know about the Wicked God cards is because they were the focal point of a Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan series called Yu-Gi-Oh! Excalibur, which was... Back when I was younger and really into Yu-Gi-Oh!, I was also really into Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan projects, particularly Yu-Gi-Oh! In Real Life fan projects, such as, well, Yu-Gi-Oh! In Real Life, Yu-Gi-Oh! Seal of the Orichalcos, or Chronicles of the Orichalcos, it's been a while, as well as Yu-Gi-Oh! Excalibur. Hold on, I need to what the? And in Yu-Gi-Oh! Excalibur, this YouTube real-life series, the Wicked God cards were essentially their equivalent of the Egyptian God cards for the animes. They were the cards that the entire series was built around. That the entire series was built around. And they were all used by the bad guys, and I just thought that the Wicked God cards in that series were so cool, and I wanted to build a deck around them. Of course, the issue is that they suffer the same problems as the Egyptian God cards, all being 3 tribute summon only monsters that honestly don't have that good of an effect. I mean, in my opinion, the Wicked Avatar has a pretty good effect. Because its effect basically allows it to always have the highest attack on the field. And it also prevents your opponent from activating spell trap effects for the first or for the next 2 turns, which is really good. Like, if there was just a way to summon Wicked Avatar consistently, it would be so powerful. But alas, there's not. So that was a side tangent on the Wicked God cards and how they were one of my favorite decks, but also other decks that I played and tried to make work. Doll Monsters, which are another manga exclusive. Manga? I think, yeah, manga. Another manga exclusive archetype. Ooh. Focused on a really bad rank 4 engine. Oh no. Based off a really bad rank 4 engine. Oh, son of a bitch. I gotta pay more attention. Oh god, I hate the Ronin. Why did it have to be this guy? No wait, I still have... Why? Why out of all the characters it had to be you? Ah, damn it! I'll T-pose. Why? Why did you have to be my first boss in insane mode? I hate fighting the Ronin early. God! Okay, we're gonna have to try again. And I was on such a good streak too, but no, it just had to give me a fucking Ronin. Okay, to be fair, like, I'd been getting, what, Ice Giant last time? Yeah, okay, slight, crash out notwithstanding. Where was I? The last deck I was talking about was Doll Monsters, a really horrible rank 4/rank 8 engine based around 0 attack, 0 defense, normal monsters. It is so inconsistent, and again, the only reason I like it is because it reminds me of Toons. I also do think that Zombie Sign is a really cool card. So there's that. I do not have enough money for anything. And past that point, it's mostly just been stuff I kind of played around with. Vernasil for a time. Because I like the idea of fighting with these cute woodland creatures. I played around with... Actually trying to remember. It was Vernasilf, and I know there was one... Oh, recently I played around with Argo Stars. I don't know why. Point is, I have a track record of picking weak decks to play with. Oh, okay, yeah, that works out. Let's see here. I mean, life would be pretty nice, but I think Accelerator is better for this early on. And that makes me very hesitant to play Master Duel, because if I were to, as a free-to-play player, if I were to end up picking one of the decks I usually play, I wouldn't get very far. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, and it's not like it's impossible to win with these kinds of decks, or that I can't just scooch out wins because of my opponent playing badly or playing worse decks. But, I mean, it's one thing to play your favorite deck, it's another thing to actually win with your favorite deck, you know? Ooh. Now then, where... I feel like I was building up to a point here. Alright, I was talking about how I like designing games before I went into a rant about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is there anything else? Just before I try and get back to the original point, is there anything else I remember or will want to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh? I think this is fine. Back to the original point, game design and making games. Yeah, I've been consistently working on TTRPGs, solo TTRPGs, and iterating on card game concepts for a while now. Of course, I was never confident enough in my work to try pushing it into trying to actually publish it. I can't hit you guys with stupid flying enemies. Though they've always just been lingering in school portfolios or on Google Docs. God, I miss having that nano worm. Okay, I need to just quickly go over here. Where was I? Right. Oh, What else is there to really say on that matter, though? I mean, I am working on... well, I'd say I'm working on another card game, but it's not so much that it's another card game as it is I've been reiterating and reiterating on this. Holy shit! Holy shit! Jesus Christ. Iterating on the same card game for, well, since high school. Okay. Yes, I don't think that's on the right. Okay, I need to, hold on, I need to like focus here. Focus up here because there are a lot of enemies. I am taking a lot of damage. I don't have as good items this run. Honestly, last run was, I got so many good items. That was such a waste. You. Where, right. So, actually, I just realized I do still have things to say about Yu-Gi-Oh! Because the card game I am working on is one of a long line of my attempts. And I kind of want... Yeah, you're good enough. More crit chance and extra jumps are nice. And then the gravity ankle. There we go. Where was I? Right, I keep getting off track. So, Yu-Gi-Oh! Again. Yu-Gi-Oh! Again. I had... How do I start this? Yu-Gi-Oh! Has a bit of a reputation as a very complicated, very hard to get into card game. However, and though this may be controversial for me to say, I don't really think so. In fact, I would go as far to say Yu-Gi-Oh! At its core is a— holy shit. Yu-Gi-Oh! At its core is actually a very simple and very easy to understand card game. Think about it like this way. In Yu-Gi-Oh! You normal summon one monster per turn. You summon one normal summon one monster per turn. Attacking is very simple. What I'm trying to get across here is that Yu-Gi-Oh! At its core, at GOAT format level, where it's just normal summon monster, attack your opponent, it is a very simple, very easy card game. The problem is when you update it with newer Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm telling you, I believe that if you just introduce a player to GOAT format first, or even Edison format if you really want to give them a taste of something a bit more complex, then it would be a lot easier to get them into the card game. Because those formats are just simpler. They're simpler and easier to understand. They've got a smaller card pool, less complex cards, and I'd also hazard to say that a big reason why so many Yugi boomers, as they are so eloquently called, why Yugi boomers, and honestly most current Yu-Gi-Oh! Players in general, are capable of understanding the modern game, is because the vast majority of those players probably got their start around Edison format. I would highly doubt that after, say, Pendulum, people started to join. Not to say that no one joined after Pendulum or no one joined during the Link era, but typically Pendulum or the Link era is when people suspect that it became harder to introduce new players to the game. Well, let's see here. So, players who had been playing previously had the luxury of being able to grow up alongside the game. As you grew up, the game got more complicated, and so you were able to more easily understand the rules. Because they were essentially just building upon the rules that already existed. Honestly, I think you. So again, that little side tangent aside, back to my card game development journey. It all really started when I started to fall out of love with Yu-Gi-Oh! Or at least Yu-Gi-Oh! Stopped focusing on what I saw was special about Yu-Gi-Oh! Granted, my idea of what made Yu-Gi-Oh! Special, particularly the idea of the boss monsters and deck, I am blanking on the word. Deck variety, that's the word. Probably never existed in the first place, if I'm being entirely honest. That was just me playing on the playground. Come on. Oh, okay, I mean, chain, really? Those are like 2 red items that I actually don't want. Jesus. How do I get up? Ah. Hopefully. I think I want more crit. So, anyways, I wanted to create a card game that took the elements of Yu-Gi-Oh! I liked, and then also added in elements of other card games that I knew worked, and on top of that, also trying to fix some issues I had with Yu-Gi-Oh! In the first place. And so I ended up creating this idea of I just realized, where's the... There. And so I came up with a card game built around this idea of the Ace Monster. Basically taking the concept from Commander's, well, MTG Commander, and also another anime card game called Future Card Buddy Fight, which did not last very long, where, in essence, well, not any card, but you have a card that acts as your commander card that you always have access to and can play at any given point. Of course, there are other stipulations to this, but I won't get into the details. From that point, I then also added in a faction system, because oftentimes Yu-Gi-Oh! How do I put it? Let us not... Oh, all flying, really? Let us not mince words here. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has a lot of problems caused by its early design. You see, something you'll notice about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is... or something that a lot of people will point out about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is how they've had to retroactively add in elements that other TCGs already had. For instance, other TCGs had... other TCGs had a faction system, so Yu-Gi-Oh! Added in archetypes. Other TCGs had a resource system, so Yu-Gi-Oh! Used extra deck summoning mechanics to become their resource system, or to retroactively create a resource system. Am I really gonna scrap these 2 red items? I mean, no real point until I come across a red item, if I'm being entirely honest. I mean, the thing is, I actually like... I like these 2 as a thing. Chain when a triggered effect occurs, the resulting hit damage can trigger additional effects after. Yeah. I guess because I never use empowerment items. Being 100% honest. Yeah, you're fine. You'd be nice if I got some more fire damage. You're fine. Okay, yeah. Where was I? I was somewhere. Oh boy. Already? Oh god, I completely lost my train of thought. I could definitely think I want you. Just need to figure out... Huh! For God's sakes. 416. Jesus. Okay, that's gonna be a while. Might as well just run around for now. I've completely forgotten what I was talking about. Damn it. It was something about my card game I was working on. I talked about the idea of a commander or an ace card that your deck would be built around, added in a faction system, then oh right. then I was talking about how a lot of elements of how Yu-Gi-Oh! It had to retroactively add in a lot of elements that other card games already had due to its early design decisions. And that was supposed to be segue into me discussing just how I would end up, or how I ended up making certain choices for my own card game development. Of course, one thing that I actually did want to keep from Yu-Gi-Oh! Particularly was this idea of the one summon limit. However, I still needed to maintain some way to manage the game's progression. So I ended up coming up with this idea of the power limit, wherein the power of, or how strong a card can be is directly tied to how many turns had passed in-game. Meaning, as the game went on, players would be able to play more and more powerful cards. This was sort of my answer to how... This was sort of my answer to Yu-Gi-Oh's, how fast Yu-Gi-Oh! Had gotten. With people spamming out... all of these, monsters and spells and special summons and extra tech monsters and yada yada yada. However, the specific way I came up with this concept is actually a bit odd and also tied to Yu-Gi-Oh! You see, when I was watching 5Ds, I had no idea how speed duels actually worked. So, actually, no, they weren't called speed duels. They were called turbo duels. So yeah, I had no idea how turbo duels actually worked and how Speed World actually worked. So I kind of ended up retroactively trying to figure it out in my head. And the conclusion I came to wasn't the right one at all. You see, I thought that how Speed World and Turbo Duels worked was that speed counters, those things that would increase over the course of a player's duel. Okay. Here, speaking in terms of Yu-Gi-Oh! Card text. I think I want to actually go with you. Speaking in terms of Yu-Gi-Oh! Card text, here's how I thought Speed World worked. Players are able to can only normal summon monsters whose level is equal to or less than the number of speed counters they have. If a player has... Okay. Trying to get my thoughts in order here. Very difficult thing to do. More critical chance. Players can only normal summon monsters whose level is equal to or less than the number of speed counters they have. Players can normal summon level 5 or higher monsters without tribute, so long as their level is equal to or less than their current number of speed counters. That's how I thought Speed World worked, because all I remembered is that Yusei, the protagonist of 5Ds, only ever summoned low-level monsters, and I kind of just ended up thinking, oh, he's summoning low-level monsters because Speed World prevents you from normal summoning high-level monsters early in the game. Again, completely wrong. That wasn't how it worked at all. But younger me didn't realize it at the time. Wait. Shoot, almost got frozen there. Did I have... No, that was the other one. And so this became the basis for how I wanted to handle a power system in my own game. You only get one summon, you only get one normal summon or whatever equivalent per turn. And the power of your cards was directly limited by how many turns had passed in game. Anything I want to get rid of? Nah, I kinda like what I got now. And I think I've been rambling long enough about card game concepts that I'm only in the midst of developing. You know what? One of these days I should do like a proper card game development stream. You know, actually write down a script, make a whole PowerPoint presentation on my design decisions and concepts, and then also doing streams into like the actual card design and art. That'd be fun. Things to do for another day. Damn it. Ah. What the? Do I have enough now? Yes, I do. The heck is that? Oh, chance thing. And this is... Another thing that I'd always wanted to do when it came to making my own card game was also making my own card game anime. Holy shit, I just realized how many of those there were. And I guess it's a good thing considering I need more loot. But still. Hold on. Just want to make sure I get all this. There we go. And the main reason why was, yes, I am a big Yu-Gi-Oh fan, but also because I had this one story idea that I'm surprised no card game anime, or at least I don't know of any card game anime that actually use this format, which was double elimination tournaments. Holy... So, for those of you who don't know, basically in a double elimination tournament, well, it's what it says on the tin. You only are out of the tournament if you lose twice, and there's a whole loser's bracket. So I always thought it'd be cool if a... Okay, so imagine this in a card game anime. Main character fights the main antagonist in the very first match of the tournament, and loses badly. And I mean really badly. If I play some good reds. They think that it's over for them, but they find out that it is actually double elimination. And they're still in. So, now the protagonist needs to climb through the loser's bracket to then face the antagonist again in the finals. I know, this just seems like such an obvious and cool concept for a card game anime. I'm surprised it's never been used. Maybe it's been used in tournament arcs and shonen somewhere. There's no way there isn't a shonen that has... There's there's no way that there isn't a shonen anime that made use of a double elimination tournament. It seems like such an obvious storytelling. It seems like such an obvious plot, book, arc, twist, whatever. I will say one of the actual issues I ran into when it came to creating my own card game, that we have here, was its inspiration, my inspiration of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I kind of fell into a trap of trying too hard to emulate Yu-Gi-Oh! Not in the sense that I was trying to make an exact Yu-Gi-Oh! Copy, but in the sense that I was trying to retroactively work in cards that I always wished were in Yu-Gi-Oh! Archetypes I always wanted to make for Yu-Gi-Oh! Because of course, I'm also a big fan of creating Yu-Gi-Oh! Custom cards. And one of the main issues was just how I decided to have non-thematic factions in my very first iteration. Which caused so many problems, and I eventually did have to go back and fix that by adding in a proper thematic faction, this time based on the elements, because that hasn't been overdone at all. Let's see here. I guess you. And you. I just realized I didn't hit record. God damn it. I don't know, for some reason I've been forgetting that specifically for a while now. Don't care for you. Nah, considering I have Poison Blade, why not? And this one was attack speed and movement speed. Yeah, I like that. Now then, where was I? Right, I haven't been recording this whole time. Okay, well, I guess that doesn't matter much. It's not like my rambling was coherent anyways. And it's also not like I ever end up editing these things together as a video anyways. I think gasoline. Yeah, I think I want gasoline. Oh. I'm gonna have to like wander around and slowly kill enemies passively before... Come on. There. And there's some really powerful red things here. Or red items. Thank you, RNGesus. I suppose I should also discuss... I did bring up midterms, like that was the first thing I talked about on the stream. There is a particular reason for that, being... well, particular reason for that? Is that how I... no, that isn't how I... yeah. I am... You'd think after taking public speaking classes and marketing of all things, I'd be better at talking, but no. Where was I? Right, midterms. I will say, my midterms, what I've been actually doing for my college, because I am taking a game design class, so that's my major. See, I've been working on a TTRPG. In fact, well, technically a few TTRPGs. I have one class that's having me develop solo TTRPGs, that being TTRPGs designed for one player. I've talked about those types of games a few times on my streams. And then also like a proper group TTRPG. Is it just me or is this character, like, especially slow? I guess... I guess the dashes would be the next best thing. For the... I've tried to talk about it a few times, the TTRPG I'm designing based on the idea of all the players being the archetypal anime girls in an anime. One thing I've actually been interested when it came to that is that instead of the typical TTRPG class setup, I instead wanted to focus more on a system where every player has an individual type of magic. So instead of classes, you have magic types, like dark magic, light magic, elemental, arcane, yada yada yada. Damn it. Well, I made a full loop anyways. And also dash more. But I just realized I have multiple uses. When, huh? Maybe I should have gone for that attack speed boost one. For next time, I suppose. Now then. Oh, that was easy. Holy shit! I forgot how much fucking damage those fuckers do. Especially when you just, like, get caught on them. Okay. Definitely want you now. Where was I? Well, I wasn't really anywhere. Anything I want to get rid of? Not particularly. And we got... Actually, I think you're a bit better. Oh, Actually, that might have been a mistake considering how fast enemies are dying. Of course, once I get to like a proper big boss, I'm gonna be glad that I've been buffing up my ult. Holy. That's a lot of chess. A lot of chess, Jesus. Oh, this is the exact thing I wanted, because basically, my drones jump with me, and they also get the effects of the shockwave effect of these shoes. Basically, it just has an insane damage output. Didn't I already? Yeah, I guess I'm doing even more lightning damage. Let's see here. Was I... Okay, nothing over here. Sorry for the sudden onset silence, just want to focus on playing for a teeny bit. I didn't pick that up. Completely messed it up. Just want to see if I can hit that. Oh, fuck you. Oh, fuck you. And I think that's everything. Wait, there's a chest I'm missing. And I think that's one of the special item chests, which I don't really need. Now I just need to remember where... Oh no, wait, that's an upgrade point. I completely missed. Oh, fuck. And boss time. Oh, that was fast. Now if only I can get these insane item combos when I'm playing the characters I suck at. Another thing I've been considering as of late is art streams. Mostly, well, I say art streams, they probably end up more like doodling streams if I'm being 100% honest. Did I pick up the item? I think I did. Mostly because I've been wanting to make and post more art in general, so just dedicating like a few hours on stream specifically to that, oh my god. Finally, after all this time. I also get red shoes, which I would quite like. Like, I don't really need you. I'm not going for a flying build. You're decent enough. You're good. Good, yada yada yada. Yeah, I guess that works. Actually, I've gotten like a few red items since this point. Is there any red item I could do without? No. No. No, definitely not. You're good. I like you. This works. Oh my god, reduce cooldown time. That would actually, considering what I'm already going with, that would be very good. And it's another red. And I need 200. Okay, just hang around this area for a bit longer. These guys drop like flies. I basically get through these levels just by walking by. I'd say more of you and more you. I have also been thinking of doing Sunday streams as well, of course at my usual time. And not making them more Endless Alice streams. You know, mostly spending this... Mostly spending the extra time on Sunday to do either art or Yu-Gi-Oh, depending on which I actually end up choosing. And with my love of card games, Yu-Gi-Oh would be nice. It's just trying to it's just actually settling for a deck. Still, I think tunes would be the best option, even if only to stay on brand, you know? I mean, I'm not exactly sure what else I'd pick. I've considered... Currently, the other pick at the forefront of my mind right now is Naturia Vernasil, which is two different archetypes. I don't know, I just like the idea of kicking someone's ass with cute woodland critters. And there's the... Wait a second, aren't there two? Yeah, I'll get to it later. For now... I am starting to get better at knowing the paths on these different levels. Although, I'm not exactly sure what the most optimal route is. I just know what routes to take, or how to get to where. Let's see here. Honestly, I think I'd want more healing. Just to be on the safe side, you know? I'm starting to go for this. Invincibility is quite nice. Especially considering how I have 4 additional uses. On top of... Oh my god, look at that cool... Why is it they always seem to vacuum on Saturdays? I mean, I guess that's the day they typically vacuum, I guess. I really... The thing is, I haven't... Sorry, maybe I should switch to streaming on Sundays. Really, if I'm being honest, Friday, Saturday, Sunday would be the most optimal thing, but I don't know, streaming 3 days in a row seems a bit much considering also dealing with classes. And I also don't think I'd want to stream Friday because of assignments. But definitely like a Saturday, Sunday thing. Is there anything that I'd want more? I actually think I'd want just more damage compared to armor piercing, or armor reduction. Because just being able to do a crap ton of damage right off the bat would be very good. I mean, just being able to one-shot enemies as I walk by. Let's see here. I guess finally fully upgrade you, just so you're off my radar. Ooh, nanoworms, actually. Or, a nanoworm would be nice, cause I already have a nanoworm, and honestly more movement speed so I can just fly around the map faster as I... Because the thing is that these passive attacks that my items deal don't count as me entering combat. So I can just... definitely gonna trade you off. So I can maintain this out of combat speed boost and still be dealing damage just by walking around. Of course, with higher health enemies, it might be pertinent to do something like that. Also, I gotta... extending prevention in one hit, yada yada. I did not read that. Oh, charging suits are practically... all of these aren't really that great, but... Also, I don't know, I wonder if it's too loud. I mean, whenever I watch the streams back, it doesn't seem too loud, at least for my hearing. Or I wouldn't consider it too loud. Although there are a few times I'll end up mumbling as per usual. Yeah, but that's neither here nor there. I say that a lot. I was talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Right, and how, if I'm being honest, the on-brand choice would be to pick tunes and play tunes. And it's not like I've actually played around with Vernasilk Naturia yet. That's just kind of been something on my radar as of late. Not sure if it's even exactly better than tunes, all things considered. And then there's also this issue of, like, playing Malefics, because, if I'm being honest, I don't think I'm actually ever going to be able to play... I don't think I'm ever actually going to be able to play Earthbounds, or the original Earthbound, in any decent way. It just sucks so bad. I mean, it's still like a weird... It still acts as a interesting supplementary archetype that you can just kind of slot into any tribal deck or any deck that makes use of a field spell heavily. More stat increases. I mean, actually, more passive damage would probably be better, but I don't know. Okay, from here... how do I get to the... Actually don't remember where it is. Oh. I went in the complete opposite direction. And out of the other decks I've used and could possibly be viable, there is certainly Argo Stars. It's not necessarily the best deck, but it's a newer deck with some viability, and I can run another little favorite archetype of mine, the Armors. Holy shit, everything's going crazy. Thing is, I mean, I do kind of like them, but I feel like they're a bit too boring. They don't really do much, if I'm being entirely honest, and passing on just some armor cards isn't exactly the best play. Then again, what exactly are my other plays for the other decks? What, passing or going second with tunes? Hey. You. Going second with... or not even going second, I have to go first with tunes and then swing the turn after. Possibly summoning... Oh, I can end... Okay, insane mode beaten on this character. Continue. And let's see the insane mode skin. I'm being honest, most of them are just kind of recolors, but they're still neat. Honestly, this one is actually quite nice. I think the blue and black. Well, it says purple, but this is clearly blue. Like, I mean, I guess there's a little purple here and there, but the blue is far more prominent. She looks like Miku. Honestly, yeah, I do like the blue and black a lot more, but that's because I am very biased towards blue colors. Now then. Wait, really? Did they? Huh. I guess they just gave this one for free. I might play this character more often then. Actually, I'm not You know, I just realized. Because I always ended up assuming that, like, there's a sort of unspoken acceptance that, oh right, I can't spam abilities nearly as much. An unspoken acceptance that around video games. When it comes to video games on online platforms, where okay, definitely want the ice armor. I mean, assault vest would be good too, but I feel I need so much passive damage on this character. I mean, maybe I just need to learn how to play this character better, but the thing is, she's got like no decent range. I feel flying enemies just kick her ass so much. And she's not as nearly as mobile as some of the other characters, even the other melee characters. Oh, what do you know? I can insult breastplate anyways. I guess I've never really shown off this character very much, so I should probably do that. So this character, melee character, although every few slashes she does fire a ranged projectile. Her whole thing... So for her little dash ability, she has this fire thing which causes the said fire projectile to, well, causes said projectile to fire always and deal fire damage. As well as damaging enemies as she rolls. I really gotta stop doing that, where I just roll right in towards the range enemy. Or what else? Oh, when did I get another full shoe? Then on top of that, she also has... Well, I'll save these abilities for when they're necessary, I suppose. Then again, I never use abilities anyways. So, she has a... I completely flubbed that. She has the ability to throw herself into the air. Which I guess is how she's supposed to deal with ranged enemies. However, it usually just leaves me as a sitting duck. Then we have Q here, which is a dash. And then R, which is the ultimate that I don't want to waste right now. Just in case. But I'll definitely use the ultimate when I trigger the boss event. But anyways, yeah, I never actually sought to or checked to sync A. I don't know, with so many people playing games like the Battlefield games, the Call of Duty games, Dead by Daylight, etc. Well, a lot of anime games in general as well. Sorry if you hear background noise, dorm. Basically, with all these other games, I always kind of assumed that there was a sort of acceptance that if it's in a video game, it's at least not fine, because I know there's certain things that even in video games would be considered egregious, but I mean, Actually, I don't know, if I'm being 100% honest, I don't know how I got that assumption. Like, the amount of times there is a hubbub thrown over for the latest restriction on playing M-rated games. I think for this character I really need to use shift more, and my god, if I could get that ability, that red item that gives me more uses, that'd be so good. Okay, I don't think I want to be buffing my ultimate too much, considering... I was gonna say that considering how... Hey! Create a shadow with other skills that uses primary skill simultaneously. I guess I'll go with the U cause red. I'll have to like... I'll definitely have to like go into the stream settings because I'm not sure how to edit. I know how to place content and warnings on YouTube, but I don't know how to do it on Twitch. Because on YouTube, I just go into the streams. I just go into like the start stream thing itself, but with Twitch, I use stream elements to start the stream, and it doesn't really give you that many options on stream elements. Holy shit. I did not see any of you. And now we use... That's her ultimate. Basically Reaper, or... Basically she's, I think, Reaper, or that one ninja character from Marvel Rivals. I don't know her name. I actually got Marvel Rivals and played, holy shit! And played, Penny for quite a while. But I don't know. I ended up not stopping. I fell off of the game mostly because I just lost interest and it was taking up so much space on my computer. Now for this character especially, I'm going to need to... Oh. Shockwave... I mean, that's something. Restored... I think this, consider air. I'm probably gonna need this just so I have more ranged options. 3 seconds of special kill duration. 11% chance to minus 1 second skill cooldown on attack. I think I want the increased duration. Just so I have more range capabilities. No, I can't. I'll do 1, because that is actually quite useful. Get rid of you, and in fact. What I want is more things to help me deal with range. So, more ice things if possible. And no. No. Let's go gambling. Oh, come on! I guess, because melee. And I'll save one for when I actually try to get. When I do have an opportunity to get it. Player, okay, so reduce cooldowns overall. Okay, from the looks of it, it seems that now the effect duration is roughly the same time it takes for my ability to come off cooldown, so... So now I can just kind of spam my ability far more. Damn, where are... No extra jumps. Oh. None of these are that good, but I guess more healing would be nice. Because I'm not really going for a crit build, if I'm being honest. I want to go for passive damage. Just straight passive damage, play it safe. Jesus Christ. More? Hey, you're not that useful, but hey, details. I think I could get like a black powder gun. Again. Time bomb? Really? I mean, it's something, but not preferable. Again with the assault breastplate. I mean, I say that like I'm angry, but it is a good weapon, and I am glad I'm getting it. Just kind of wish I could get more passives. Or passive damage items. I mean, you have the LFO shoes, so jumping maybe. Yeah, but they're slightly out of range at the issue. Okay, gonna need to do some, like, clear up soon. What do we got? Okay, this will... What the... Holy shit. You know, solid fuel would actually be really good for this character, because solid fuel increases all fire damage dealt. And this character almost primarily deals fire damage. In fact, now with the this increased damage thing. Yeah, increased damage thing. I can basically always be dealing elemental damage, which actually ends up stacking with another item that I should really get once I finish this level. Still not quite the right range. So there's an item that you can get, one of the powerful items, kind of like the gravity ankle. I forgot I don't have extra jumps. That increases your elemental damage, but it means you can't do... Ooh. But it means you can't do any non-elemental damage. Where is the... Shoot. Right, I remember where it is now. So, if I just keep... in theory, if it works as I think it works, if I just keep dashing and keep this fire buff on me, then I'll basically never have to deal with the downside. It does mean I can't really benefit from anything that wouldn't. That deals non-elemental damage. Ice armor still works, luckily enough. And I can still go with solid fuel to increase fire damage even more. Fire armor would also be pretty nice. Holy shit! I won't go for it just yet. I think I'll wait for it to kind of spawn in naturally. It's not like something I really desperately need right now, and it's probably better to wait for when I actually have more things to use it on. Wait, no! Almost got caught. Oh, one thing I am severely missing... Well, not severely missing, but I could definitely use more health. Poison, really? I mean, poison does technically work, and help here. Okay, let's see here. Okay, yeah, that works perfectly fine. Increased fire damage. Yeah, solid fuel would go so well with this character. Do I have it? No, I do not. Can I get anything better, is the additional question. Honestly, more healing would be nice. And... considering how I don't care for you, and you're kind of useless as well. So getting even more health just to be doubly safe on this character. Or, actually, I think I wanted to try getting something else. Did I... Ice armor! Oh, thank God. Buffing up that ice armor is going to be so good. Wait, does that fire damage also stack with any fire damage I deal via item effects? Meaning that includes the extra fire damage explosion that I cause thanks to the extra fire damage explosion I cause thanks to gasoline here. And more gasoline to put on the flames. I mean, if it does stack that way, that would be so good. And more shoes. I mean, if I had more jumps, this would be very good, but... Passive damage, hooray. Yeah, that doesn't really help me now, but more boss damage is good. Nothing over here. I should probably just start running more. Trying to get through these levels as fast as possible so I can loot everything. Oh, even more fire damage. Lovely. I am missing everything. God, I really hope that is actually stacking with my gasoline. Because that would be such an amazing stack. Oh, primary attack has a skill. That's based on like what another character has as an ability. It's neat. Nothing over here. Holy. Oh, at least I got a lot of money from that. No, no, oh fuck. Almost fucked myself there. Holy sh... Right, these are all the guys I didn't kill the first time. At least there's more loot up here. God, I really... Honestly, that... being able to hit these more easily, very nice. Yeah, quickly fly around over here, just to check. Yeah, just more money. So good. Oh boy, that's gonna be a pain once it finally catches up to me. More gasoline, why not? I mean, I'm sure it's stacking up something. Oh, an energy converter. Finally something a bit more defensive and health space. Like I say, as if I haven't been grabbing ones already. And it gives me another one. Or, no, wait, that's a different one. Still, I'm really starting to wish I had more jumps. And, oh, I missed grabbing the item there. Oh, it's the thing that freezes on ultimate. Honestly, not the best thing for this, but it's something. Okay. And now I need to get down, and I can't just... God, I am really starting to miss. You know, considering how little I jump, maybe grabbing gravity ankle it just so I have it would be nice. Oh god, all range guys? They're all... Oh! Like, I can't move! And one of them is inside a black hole. How is that fair? Oh god, there's more of them. Oh, you're the one that I need to kill, aren't you? And then you have these guys who are just outside of the zone. God. I guess Shockwave would be nice. Didn't I already get you, or did I pick something else? Okay, I'm out of here. All things considered, doing quite well on this character. Anything good? Honestly, that's a lot better than this one. I mean, yeah, I technically haven't really been using my ultimate a lot. But now I might be inclined to use it more, because I have 2 uses. Yeah, no. Those aren't the ones I'm thinking of, and they are not good for this build. I wonder if they are going to release like an ice-themed character, because they have a lightning-themed character, or a character that's focused on lightning damage. This character is focused on fire damage, and that's kind of where the buck stops and ends. If I'm being 100% honest. How much does this cost? 800. Might as well go. No, wait, I should have gone with the howling missiles. That was a mistake. Oh, I don't have any extra jumps. So I can't do the mobility shenanigans. Oh boy, I'm lacking out on a lot of the mobility that I've used and relied on for my previous characters. And usually I just end up stumbling into that mobility, if I'm being entirely honest. Oh, nanoworms is nice. More defense, sure. And what do we got? Ooh, this one will be pretty good. More damage is more damage after all. Okay, also I really should clear up some of these annoying ranged characters. What do we have here? I think, you know, for all of these possible things, I think I actually want the attack speed. Don't really care for herbal medicine, but fine. That's not a... That's a chest. Yes, this item, the black gun. Combined with... Oh. Wait, that seems awful. Like, just randomly I'll be launched up into the air? And the more I think on it... You know, I probably could use the mobility of that skill a bit more effectively. I mean... If only so I can cushion my falls, even. Yeah, I haven't been... Holy... God, sometimes those fuckers always sneak up on me. What do we have here? I guess you... I still quite like that, I still very much like that red item that gives me additional uses of my shift ability. And I hopefully will stumble across that. Okay, if the game can hear me. And I'm gonna risk it for a cursed chest. And I got a fucking vault out of it. At least I can cushion my damage that way. I am definitely selling that red item I got that triggers a bloody... Oh, please tell me I can make this. Oh, thank God. I am a god. Oh, I need to go over there. Oh wait, this is where I need to go. And let's clear out. Let's thin the numbers a bit. Oh no. Wait, hold on. You can't just hide your god. You can't just... Oh, thank God. Didn't use the ultimate, though. What do I get now? Wait, no. Ah. You know, weird layering or texture bug with that guy. His kill everything on death ability, sometimes it doesn't actually get outlined or shown. Greatly reduced jump height. Honestly, I think I do want to reduce damage on hit and shorten damage over time intervals. I mean, fire damage. I am doing fire damage, but I don't think I'm really doing enough to constitute like that being a good thing. Oh, also, I want to get rid of triggering a second attack on primary attack. No, just no. I guess I'll keep you around. Oh wait, I am doing like poison damage. Huh. Maybe using that would have been a good idea. No. More of some of the most annoying enemies possible. I mean, I'm able to deal with them fairly well at this point. Ooh. I mean, yeah, things like the Oni still give me a bit of trouble. But nothing too bad, all things considered. Let's see here. More survivability. I'm really feeling more survivability if I'm being honest. I think I'll be able to do better ways to deal more damage, and having base increase the regeneration would probably be better. Red pin. More damage over time effects. And now I can do my bloody jump. Sorry for being so silent. Oh, Jesus Christ. Silent is just on one hand, I really don't want to mess up this run. And also, I'm just starting to get tired. What do we have over here? I mean, I'm not building crit. Really none of these are that great, but I guess the green item, if only so I can trade it later, and I do have the second hop now, so. Oh, and you're all very useless. I guess you, just 'cause. Oh, there's the boss altar. Yeah, it's a quick run around to make sure I'm not missing anything. Aha! I guess You. I know, at this point I'm not sure what these things do. I'm not that familiar with this character and how to build her. I'm just trying to see if I can build towards that elemental thing I was talking about. And, oh, okay, I don't know, I guess you. Oh. I missed this. Hit something. What the hell? Oh no! Oh wait, hold on, I have 2 uses of my ultimate. I don't know if that helped me out at all. But I think that helped me out enough. Because I did not realize how short the cooldown on some of these things are. I can basically spam my abilities. Hooray! What do we have here? Minor spelling mistake. False. I mean, I could just max this one out now and take it off the table. Oh. You seem useful. Can I get anything better? Anything better? Something better? I'll be off. I'm fishing for something specific, but... maybe? I'll grab one additional one. If only to have a multiple of 5. And I got plenty, so I can probably just keep going for a bit. No. I really want to try you now, though. Aha! Cannot deal non-elemental damage. Increased elemental damage dealt. This one. Let's give it a shot. So it should increase... Oh no, I should have gotten rid of my musket then. Damn. Okay, I'll trade it away later. But now, like my base, if I'm not dealing elemental fire or ice damage from... See, I'm dealing a lot more damage with my elements. However, if I can find... I don't know if you could... It's kind of hard to tell. But yeah, you see, I deal 0 damage. I deal 0 damage from my normal attacks, although my normal attacks still seem to be able to trigger, like, the poison damage, which I guess is considered elemental damage. Holy shit, what is dealing... Increased attack damage. Okay, yeah, this one is definitely very good. But, oh my god, those ground guys, they deal so much damage if you're not paying attention to them. No, Really? I am getting... Oh, son of a bitch. I'm grabbing something from these guys. Another exoskeleton. Oh god, I almost got killed. I probably almost got killed by that laser. Hello. I mean, I guess I still technically do damage even on my 0 attack primary. It's just now only poison damage. What do I do here? Guess you, probably. Don't really care for you. And nothing over here. Energy converter. Always nice. Oh, fuck. I guess it's applying... My gun is still applying poison damage? I think? I'm honestly not sure. It's hard to know what items really combo with each other. And also, if I'm doing damage over time, or fire damage over time, then... Holy. Honestly, some solid fuel and maybe fire armor would be great right about now. Because fire armor just does passive fire damage around you, so plus this character's added... So on top of the added elemental damage I get from the item, I then also get this character's natural fire damage bonus. And... Okay, don't fuck this up, don't fuck this up. Kind of. I had health. Did I miss all of that? Probably. It doesn't matter. I'm getting healing, I'm getting armor. Or energy, shield, barrier, whatever. Terminology. And now I move faster out of combat. Honestly, not that exciting, but hey, details. Okay. There. And I guess there's that one which deals cold damage. I don't know if the nano worm does any elemental damage or if it's also counts as physical damage. Guess you, because I have more buffs on you. And more nanoworms. Oh, and the thingy is right here. Thingy, the boss altar. Anything around here that I could use? Nope. Okay. Wait a second. There is. No, wait, or is that an Alice? That's the Alice chest that I passed up. I know, I find it better to just buy the items from the shop when you get the chance, because that one gives you a random one, and sometimes you really don't want those items. So it feels like a waste. Okay, that was me spamming another... That was me basically spamming all of my character's abilities. Well, not all of my character's abilities. My character's AoE abilities, including her ult. So, I guess that is how my strategy to winning with this character now. Just dive into the bosses and start blasting. I have found the secret to mastering this character. Just spam. Anything better at all? What regular items would I even want on this character? I guess trading the icebreaker for another accelerator would be is fine. I've got way too many shoes for a character I'm not even doing a jump build on. So, not doing a crit build. More ice armor. I wouldn't mind one extra ice armor. But come on, any green items? Any better green items? Anything fire-based? Okay, fine. Da. Might as well. Oh, enemies are gonna get angrier much faster, aren't they now? I should probably try and speed through this. Yeah, lightning damage, why not? Fucking hell. Come on, icy thing, explode. Might as well get more might as well get more elements on board while I'm at it. Now? Fine, you. Now I do want to still speed this up. Because, well, yeah, I am doing fairly well. I don't want to stay here too long, it makes things even harder for me. Oh my god, things are already getting harder for me. I just realized the damage I'm taking. My health. Okay, I think I want to just head straight to the boss. I'm not gonna risk it. I'm not taking any more risks. Boss is right over there. Just gonna grab what I can on my way. But there's usually so much loot down there. No, no. I don't want to risk it. I'm gonna be missing out on so many loot, but I don't know, I'm just... Why? Why? Oh! No. Fuck. No! No! Damn it! Ah, crap. What? How long have I been streaming? Only... not even now. 2 hours. No, wait. Yeah, 2 hours. Ah, and I was doing so good on this character for once. And do I go again? You know what? One more run. One more run with this character. This will be my last run for the stream. Ah, God, it's back to feeling so slow. I mean, okay, I see like the vision for this character now. So I feel like I can have a bit more fun using her. That's still... If I wanted to play a melee character, I'd much rather play the greatsword character. I find her to be a lot more fun. And I guess it also ends up depending, what do I plan for like the next stream? I've been talking and throwing up in the air this idea of streaming more often, probably on Sundays. That would be the next best day I have time. And of course, playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, which would probably be a more popular contemporary compared to this one. It just feels like this character takes so long to wind up. I'll go with the life extractor. Now it's back to being bullied by ranged attackers and flying enemies. A lot of discount cards off the bat. Yeah, anything good. Yes. You're the one that makes... Oh god, Okay, I just need to start clearing up some of these enemies, but Jesus Christ. I mean, I didn't want to finish beating all characters on the sane mode. But this might mean there's gonna be one character on stream I don't end up beating this game with. Because this will be my last one. Probably, at least. How did I miss you? I missed a few of you. I meant to use a Q, but okay. What the? Hold on! Wait, shit! I got stuck in the corner. No, wait. I just realized I needed to go back there. I'm pretty sure I missed one. Right, I'm pretty sure there's a thing I wanted to grab here. Yes, a chest. Oh, flying knife is something. Oh no. Starting off with a roan right off the bat. Okay. I'm gonna need to save my dash for when he attacks like that. Okay, I might be able to do this. Oh, wait, no! Stop! Yes! Oh, thank God. With you. No. And pilot's hat. God. Not an aerial build with this character, so... Okay, getting you would probably be for the best. And honestly, I want to trade you in for a different item. I'm just gonna scrap you. You're completely useless to me. I'll hold on to you for later. More fire enemies. Really? I guess I should pay more attention to my money instead of just checking. Oh, I'm just a few off. Come on. It's something. Holy shit, how'd I go flying? And I should be building crit on this character. Like I would, because crit is... I always did say crit is the most reliable way to get damage. in this game. Just build for crit. Yeah, I think I need to focus more on crit damage. Oh, thank God, ice armor. But, more fire damage is always nice. More base damage. Nope, it's practically base damage. Oh, there's the boss altar. Holy shit, I ate the damage. I don't know why, but this character feels so much squishier than all the other characters, which you wouldn't expect from a melee character. Although, okay, to be honest, she isn't that much of a melee character. She is quite ranged. You're not the most range, but it's still range. Now I really hope I get stuff like the fire armor, solid, or basically a full fire build with this character. I guess Thorny Vine, because if I'm gonna trade anything away later, it'd be you. Holy. Oh, son of a... Oh! Huh. Son of a bitch. Oh, I did say that was gonna be the last one I do. I mean, technically I haven't hit the 3-hour mark, but... I am starting to get kind of tired. And playing these characters that I'm not as familiar with does take a lot out of me. So I suppose, sorry for the short stream, but I suppose without further ado,